Hello everybody, time for an unboxing video. This is my new vintage speed shifter that has come in the mail. Pretty excited about it. Came from Taiwan, and we're going to unbox it and see what we got here to work with. This thing was like vacuum packed. This is all one piece. So this thing came in that. So that was totally water sealed, so I got to give them props for packaging for a long distance type thing. So now it's time to... So one of the things they're talking about here is that you can grease this. It comes with a grease zerk as well as an Allen key. I guess if you pull up on this boot, there's a place to put that grease zerk in. And it says anytime it's hard to pull up, just re-grease it. So I'll put the grease zerk in. Alright, so I put the grease zerk in. It's not a perfect fit, but it seems snug. I'm hoping that's where they meant to put it. Really don't understand some of the mechanism here, but that's okay. It's very odd. I'm sure it has something to do with the reverse mechanism. At any rate, we'll put it together. Okay, so there's a mounting plate that it comes with that I'm going to utilize. And basically just drops in. I mean, it's only 2 bolts. So basically drop it into the cup, 2 bolts, tighten them bolts down, and I'll show you what it works like. So I am utilizing the screws that it came with, the nice Allen screws. And just got it centered, got the 2 screws started. Just going to tighten her down. I might have to adjust things. It does have a little bit of movement to each side, which is nice. So I can adjust it. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to adjust things a little bit. That's fine. So, it's definitely tighter than I thought it would be. Okay, so one of the things that the vintage speed shifter has is a lot of adjustments, more so than most. This bottom plate, you'll see, has little ears on each side of it, and you can actually move that plate in or out. And what that does, that adjusts the reverse. See that little pin there? When you pull on the shifter, that pin moves, and that gives you a little more that way so that you can get into reverse. Anyway, mine reverse isn't working, so I had to adjust it all the way to the right. Well, technically, yeah. And I can't really get to it as easily in mine because it has that center console, and I don't want to take the center console out. I didn't feel like monkeying with it. Plus, I wanted just a little scoosh more adjustment, so I made a modification to the holes. I could have just elongated them, but I just felt like taking a little chunk out of them. By doing this, I get a little more right, so I should definitely get reverse now. I'm going to reinstall it now, and should be good to go this time around. There are a lot of adjustments in this thing, which is kind of cool. I haven't figured all of them out yet, but supposedly, according to the instructions, you can adjust the base for tighter or looser feel. It says M5 bolt near the base of the shifter. I have not seen that yet, but I don't know. The base of the shifter, I don't really see it. I'm assuming he's talking about these, and I assume that if I turn that, it'll make it tighter or looser. We'll play with that later. So anyway, kind of cool. I'm going to put it back in, and we'll try all this again. Alright, so the shifter is installed, the boot's installed, everything's as good as it's going to get for right now. And basically, kind of like before, that's first, second, third, fourth, and that is indeed reverse. It does feel like second, but it's not. I did a little bit of checking back there. I had to do some adjustment on the shaft that goes into the transmission. And anyway, overall pretty happy with it. Beautifully made. The shifter's growing on me already. I might leave the shifter on there, we'll see. The only one that's a little goofy is first, and I think that's my transmission has just got some issues. It's just old. Everything else working perfectly, and it's kind of neat that it has so many adjustments to take care of, because let's face it, every Volkswagen's a little different, and every Volkswagen's got its own little issues, and obviously mine has a few. But, you know, mine's hard, you know, usage. It's a race car, and the transmission is very abused. So I have to put up with first. It's not a big deal. And I think that's the car. As a matter of fact, third used to be kind of an issue on the other one. So I'm wondering if they're kind of related, that there's a shift fork or something that's just not exactly right. But it really shifts nicely. It feels just like a Porsche 911 vintage one. The reverse is different, but you know, you get used to it, and it's not bad. It works well. So overall, happy. And so from the inside of Alley, which this is, we are done. We're going to enjoy the hell out of the shifter. Once spring rolls around, I'll get some video of me using it. I have a feeling it's going to work a lot nicer than what I had in there. It does have a nice feel to it, so I'm pretty happy with it. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to post below. Please be nice. And remember, always better to build than to complain about other people's stuff. And please subscribe. We need more subscribers to my channel. So from Dan and Allie, have yourself a great weekend. Talk to you later.